Hello everybody and welcome to my 70-second VBA 2010 tutorial. This tutorial is going to show you how to actually use your database connection that we created in the last tutorial and then actually do something in a database rather than just connecting and disconnecting, which isn't that helpful. So we're going to go into this workbook file, into this workbook module, and I'm going to create a workbook open event. And in this event, I first of all just want to find out the user's login ID. So to do that, I'm going to dim user ID as string, and then we want to put user ID equals environ username, and that just lets you take the username from the. If we go into our immediate window, we can do username and make sure we put the thing on the end. You'll see that my username is Matthew. So it just takes the ID out of the computer. If you're on a network, it will take out your kind of network login, which is useful. So you can just test people based on their network logins. And then this was going to be, we're going to compare it with the user ID that we've got in our table here. Next of all, we want to create something to store our information that we're going to get from our database. So we're going to retrieve this record in here. So I want to dim rs, which is record set, as object. And we want to make this a record set object, so we want to set rs equals create object, and again this is from the external library for access data active data objects, so we just need to type it in ourselves, so record set. And then that creates us a record set object, which is the main way we're going to work with our database objects. So next of all, we just need to set up an SQL statement. So I'm going to dim SQL str as string, and then SQL str equals. And then now we just need to write ourselves an SQL statement. The first statement I'm going to show you is a select statement. And so we're just going to do a very simple one. So select star, which just means all fields from users. Users being our table name in here. So the star just means we're going to select all fields. So we're going to get this field and this field. And then that's it. That's our select statement. And we are then going to open up our database connection. So call connect database. And then as soon as I do a call to connect database, I always do a call to close database down here. And that's just to keep things tidy, because you're never going to want to leave your connection open because it'll stop other users from using the database. So in here, we want to do rs.open, and this is going to open up our record set. What we want to do is pass it our SQL string, so SQL str, and then comma dbcon, which is our database connection. So first parameter is your SQL string, and the second parameter is your database connection object. So if we press play on this, then it's coming up with application or object defined error. We step through to find out where it's going wrong. So this bit's all running fine, and it's going wrong on the rs.open, and that will be because in here we don't want that to be dim, we want that to be public, because at the moment it's coming up with an error because it can't find this. Because this needs to be public, not dim. So when we press play on this now, it's going to work fine. But at the moment, all we're doing is just opening up our database object, bringing in our records, but then not actually doing anything with them. So let's go message box, and then hello, and then ampersand. I'm going to put in rs1. So what your record set is essentially going to bring back is an array for your record that you're looking at. And so we've got rs0, which would reference the user ID, and rs1 that would reference the username. And so if we press play on this, it's going to say hello Matt Sands, which isn't in our code. It's coming from our table. So it's looking into this table. It's looking at the ID1 table, which is this one. RS0 would be there. And it's just returning that for us. And then after this, we just want to do rs.close just to keep it tidy. Just press play one more time. So hello Matt Sands. And that is going to be it for this tutorial. This is just a very simple using a record set. In the next tutorial, I'm just going to show you slightly more how you can change this select statement to be a little bit more advanced. So thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you in the next tutorial.